just to tell you a little bit about Nam-Simran. Nam means identity, and Simran, which is her name, means meditation. And she's going to go over the different foods we have here.
Okay, so what we have in our langar today, langar is always vegetarian. And what we have today is dal, which is lentils. We have a yogurt dish. We have saag, which is made of different greens like spinach, mustard greens, broccoli, all kind of creamed together like creamed spinach.
This is awesome. What kind of spice? There's so many flavors in this. What are the spices they use?
So some of the core spices that we use in most of our curried vegetables would be cumin, which we call jeera. There's haldi, which is turmeric, which gives it the yellow color, which is actually very good for you. It's an anti-inflammatory and antimicrobial. And coriander, both fresh and dried coriander. Ginger, garlic, and onion are basics in most of our food.
It's really healthy for you too, right?
Yeah, it's very healthy.
How do we eat this? Where's this utensils?
Well, they do have utensils. They have spoons, but we mostly eat with our hands. That's just more cultural.
So what do? We eat your right hand, left hand, does it matter?
It doesn't matter, whatever you're used to. So we'll break a piece of the roti, which is a whole wheat kind of flattened tortilla. And then you can scoop up your saag or whatever curried vegetable you have.
So all ages help serve the food, the young, the older.
Absolutely. You even have little kids about 3 or 4 that pass out the spoons sometimes or the glasses, whatever they think that they can handle for their age.
Okay. And why is it that we're all sitting down?
So this tradition was started back in the 1500s by our gurus. And back
What's
then,
a guru again?
A guru is a spiritual teacher. The actual word gu and ru is someone who takes you from darkness to lightness. That's the meaning for gu and ru that come together as guru. So it's a spiritual teacher. So our spiritual teachers who founded our religion, one of the main first tenets that came out was equality. And they didn't only preach equality, they practiced it. So there's equality between men and women. There's equality between the different caste systems. In India, many people have seen the movie Gandhi or have read about his autobiography or read about his story, and he talks about the untouchables, which is the lowest caste. But there's a huge caste system that goes above that, and each of these castes throw you into a bucket of what you're supposed to do for a living, of where your social economic status is, and just differentiates people instead of judging them by their own life and their own merits by their last name. Similar to back in the United States, you had goldsmith as a last name were people who were goldsmiths. They worked with gold.
Were they treated differently because of that?
They weren't necessarily treated differently, so that's the difference. So people can intermarry, some people don't socialize with someone of another religion. In fact, even today in India, if a Shudra, an untouchable, if their shadow cast on people's food, people would not eat that food as if it's been tainted. Even today in India.
Wow.
So 300 years ago, our guru said, we're not going to get anywhere unless we recognize all humans as equal and actually all life as equal. So they also respected life in all different, on the whole life cycle as far as insects and animals and people.
So when we're sitting, we can be sitting next to anyone.
You can sit next to anyone. I joke with my friends that it's the common denominator, kind of like the New York subway system, where you could have a rich guy with the Rolex and you could have a homeless guy sitting next to each other. Here you have, from the rich to the poor to the guy next door, all sitting together. We eat at one level together, but we're served like royalty. You don't stand like a buffet, like in a soup kitchen when you're homeless and you stand and wait for your food.
Does everyone take turns to serve?
Everybody takes turns to serve. So they're serving and receiving, because you have to learn to receive. So you're served like royalty, but you sit together at one level. In fact, in the 1500s, one of our gurus, King Akbar, was from a different religion. He was Muslim, but he heard about this spiritual teacher, this guru, and he wanted to come and meet with him. He said, okay, great, we'll meet, but first let's break bread together, which is what we do here. So he said, first you sit in the langar and eat, and then we'll meet. So he came, and all of his associates said, well, where's he going to sit? He's a king, he's an emperor, he's going to sit on the floor? He said, absolutely. We can't go anywhere, and there'll be no spiritual talk without that equality. So the king, emperor at that time, sat on the floor amongst untouchables, amongst homeless, amongst the guy next door, amongst different religions, ate, and then the guru would meet with him.
Wow.
So that was the
humble yourself.
doctrine, in practice.